From row 3 of the grid, he's trying to get second here into Redgate corner, which would be a really good effort from there on the grid, but round the outside comes Ma7da, who carries lots of speed through Redgate. Now he's challenging Daniel Simmons, and then in third position the fast guy Martin Bowden, and then for the leading Ma7da, such a big speedy kick through Redgate corner there, he's alongside Daniel Simmons, and he's trying to go around the outside of him through the left-handed element of the crane of curve, which will give him the inside line for the old hairpin, and he looks up and he goes straight on and way off the road. I think it was Ma7da there. That's Ma7da, I think, that's gone off into the gravel, isn't it? Simmons has continued there. Oh, and he's in the tyre ball. That is impressive, isn't it, the old hairpin? Impressive to get that far off, because I guess the gravel was just a bit damp. That probably will not have helped his retardation, but it's a long way off. Another instant behind by the looks of it as well. So it's Daniel Simmons that's leading then, while all of this is going on. He's at the Coppice corner, the gap back to the cars in second and third position. They're making their way through Coppice and onto the straight for the first time, but the race warm went up already out of it into the barriers, not particularly heavily I don't think, but he's getting out of the car okay. That was down at the old hairpin. Kind of makes you wonder if he had no brakes. It did kind of look like that, didn't it? Leaders then through the chicane, up and over the line they're about to come, and it's Simmons that is in the lead then. It's 55 in second place, which is Simon Court, is it? And then in third place is the 24 car of Martin Fowley, Ben Powley fourth, David Mason fifth, David Winter rounding out the top six. Side by side for the lead, Simon Court goes up the inside of Daniel Simmons and doesn't make it on the outside line. Coleman in second position is then Simon Court, and third Martin Fowley. Presumably there are yellow flags at the old hairpin, or that car is so far off the road for happy top. As they turn their way then through that quicker corners, as it is then Simmons that leads it, but Court and Fowley in second and third, but the rest have caught them now, so there's a whole train of cars to the lead as Ben Powley comes around the outside of Martin Fowley through Schwartz curve, that's giving him the inside of the McLean's corner, and he makes it. And then the fifth car in this lead battle now, I think, is David Mason. There's a couple of cars in for the pit lane. Yeah, and one of those is Lewis Penstone Smith, and the other is the driver with the number 1 on his car. That's Colin Marshall, isn't it? So both of them look to be out of the race. That means they will have 14 cars still circulating, I think, as they're heading down the exhibition straight back towards us at the chicane once again. Most of the 14 are in that battle for the lead, aren't they? Being headed, I think, still by Simmons. Much quicker through the chicane now they are than earlier with these dry conditions. Out over the grass, that's David Mason, so he leaves his momentum on the exit of the chicane for the lead. Simmons has got a slightly bigger gap to Simon Court now than what he had earlier. And then Ben Powley there in third. Martin Fowley, though, in fourth place, is starting to fall away from the top 3. Of course, he was third earlier on, but passed by Ben Powley. The line that's putting down that Thomas Bates, who's the retirement from the first race. So leaders heading down towards the old hairpin on our last 3. Simmons, Court and Powley, with Martin Fowley just behind the order of the start of the lap. Waiting for them to reappear as they head up towards McLean. It looks like it's Powley now under pressure, or putting pressure I should say, on second place driver Simon Court. Is on the inside line and he gets P2 at McLean. So Powley up to second place, but he's got, I should think, at least a second to make up on Simmons as things stand. Does look to have the pace though, doesn't he? Was the fastest driver on that lap, 1 minute 20.96. That's faster than what they went in qualifying. Perhaps, oh, and there's a car off here at Coppice corner that goes sliding back onto the road. Not sure who that was, but we'll have to have in a moment. But it's a second. Ben Powley coming back under pressure from Simon Court. Martin Fowley's caught them. They're way out over the curves now, aren't they? You can tell it's dry conditions again, using all the road up. But it's a big lead by Daniel Simmons. It's 1.8 seconds from Ben Powley, who's going to be drafted by Simon Court and by Martin Fowley as they turn their way into Redgate. Well, Fowley might not make it, but he's stuck by Simon Powley. He might make it actually, as they turn their way out from Redgate corner. They're side by side still as they go on to Hollywood. And back into a yellow flag zone at the old hairpin, but it's Daniel Simmons with his big old lead over the rest of them. About half the pack are battling for second, with Simon Court there back in front of Ben Powley in. Yeah, Simmons with 2 solid finishes at Silverstone. They're put in reasonably well placed in the championship, 4th and 5th in the championship coming into the second meeting of the season. He is having certainly his best race so far, I would suggest, in the
the Ma7da, the Yokohama Ma7da Championship, pulling out this big lead, and it looks like there's a car that's more confident in second place now, in the shape of Simon Court, with third, fourth, fifth and sixth, I think, now getting it right together, which would include Parry, Farrelly, Winter and Andrew, I suspect, and possibly more than that as well. There's actually 1, 2, 3, I think there's at least 6 cars in that group, third, behind Ben Powley.
Yes, and Danny Andrews, the one on the move, he was 10th after one lap. He's got up to 6th, and now he's 5th, isn't he? He's got himself ahead of David Winter on that lap, so they'll charge off towards Redgate. So Simmons leads by 2.7 seconds to Simon Court, and Ben Powley has great going behind it, being headed by Martin Farrelly and Danny Andrews. David Winter taking his advantage in there as well as David Ma7da. And then a gap to David Jones and Martin Black. I think it's Martin Shelton who had that off at Coppice Corner a couple of laps ago. That battle, I think he's now the 4th, because Powley's got away from them, going their way into the old hairpin. Looks like Ben Powley's going back after Simon Court. Looks like surface place being shown, the exit tailing down and straight now. So that's some oil smear. I can't see debris, which would be the other reason that you'd have that yellow and red stripe flag shown. Fluid or some small debris on the can't see the debris, so it must be some fluid, I guess. Ben Powley right on the tail of Simon Court now, so he has caught him. Can he pass him as they turn their way then up towards the chicane? Looks good for Daniel Simmons, some 3 seconds ahead, but Powley's now on the inside line of Simon Court, and he's looking to go through into the Roberts chicane, and he gets it then on the inside line. Last time he did this, he lost it again by the time they got to Redgate. Then it's Farrelly, Andrew, Winter, Lewis Barnes and Ma7da in the next group of cars, and again a challenge from Simon Court, but Ben Powley knows about this, so he defends to the inside line, and that will stop Simon Court from finding a way through. He's right on the pad of Ben Powley as they go on to Hollywood.
Yeah, good threat down the section on third position, but a long way behind Daniel Simmons now, 2.86 seconds to gap from first to second. It's good for Steve London. The next 5 cars will very closely matched, closely battling for 4th place. Farrelly, Andrew, Winter and Barnes and Ma7da as well in that group. Coming across the line now is Rob Morley, 14th position. The last of the cars are still running off into the pit lane on the opening lap. We lost Jonathan Lister as well, of course, into the gravel trap at the old hairpin as well. So, second and third still together. Powley ahead of 4th at the moment. Getting away, I guess, from the battle for 4th. Really they're preoccupied with each other. Farrelly heading in that group still, I think. But are second and third, with 7 minutes of the race left to go, doing anything to work together to catch Daniel Simmons, I wonder?
Well, behind them, David Winter, I think that is, comes to the front of the next group. I think Martin Farrelly had fallen behind Danny Andrew, who then got passed by David Winter, and then Andrew comes back past on the exit of the chicane. So Farrelly lost 2 places, but he's got a better exit to the chicane, so he might be able to get back past both of them. When they turn into Redgate Corner, they're 3 abreast. Backing out of it is Winter. Farrelly still comes right, comes down the inside, but he can't make it either. So Danny Andrew now is into 4th place, and he's left from the group. He's back after 1 lap, and he was 8th, then he was 6th, then he was 5th, and now he's 4th. Can he do anything about the podium position driving?
So there was 8 seconds behind Powley and Court, so he could make that up. He's done, 1:20.52, so he's lapped faster than anybody else, hasn't he? He's done the best lap of the race, so he's not in 4th place anymore, is the problem. He's down to at least 5th, if not 6th position. Yeah, 5th. Who's got through there? David Winter, I think. Yeah, David Winter's got through from, it was in 5th position, so he's up to 4th place now. And I thought he might have lost another position as well, but I think Martin Farrelly was just behind him. So this is back down this way today. Still Daniel Simmons leading. His gap had come down to 2.05 seconds on the previous lap. I think it might have come down again because Ben Powley in 2nd place has broken away now from Simon Court in 3rd.
Danny Andrews got back ahead of David Winter for 4th, and the cars behind are very sideways. That's Martin Farrelly, who loses a place to James Lewis Barnes, and David Ma7da tries to get into that as well. So that's allowed Andrew and Winter to get away from them. And they're side by side there for 6th, and Martin Farrelly just about ahead of James Lewis Barnes. So that's coming down and right through both in the race. That came down again, 1.5 seconds now, Simmons to Powley. As Davey gets flicked up at the old head. One charge on at the 23rd, so that when it got collected from the grass, so it shouldn't be a problem anymore. But the